go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it, that thing you do? Follow you blindly, I'll be your fool. Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it?
Hey everybody, welcome to All About the Joy. It's nice to see everyone. Rick Costa, as always. Hayden, hi, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Carmen and Rick.
Hi,
Thanks
so
for having me.
we were not able to hang out with you in the green room. You literally just came on, and I told you we have to go on because I'm never late.
Yes,
So
yes.
what happened? Did we catch you at a bad night?
I mean, no, I mean, I can tell your audience what I was dealing with. I'm just dealing with a little bit of a family emergency in Philadelphia. So I was just coming up from visiting my father, who just got out of the hospital. So not to damper the show, but that's why I was running a little bit late.
Oh no. Well, I hope everything's okay. Hey Mario. Hi Melanie.
Hey guys.
Hello, everyone.
Rick, I'm so sorry because I also cut you off as well, so I apologize a little bit.
No.
But I've never met Hayden either, so I always like to tell people where I've met everyone. So I'm going to start with that first because you're one of the first people that I'm interviewing that I've never even spoken to. But one of your representatives on LinkedIn reached out to me, and for the first time, as Rick knows, I get so many requests for people to come on the show. And it's always like some weird thing. Like the last one was that I always talk about is like a bobcat something or other. Like I was like, I don't know how that's gonna work.
Sure.
So it's nice to meet you, but I really want to talk about Haydenfilms and also which is your film festival that you've been doing for I think about 20 years.
Yep.
And I really want to talk about first where you started because you have an interesting background from what I was able to dig up, where you grew up as a military brat, but then turned around and somehow made it to Wall Street.
Correct.
And then you're in the Hollywood world. So please tell me a little bit about yourself.
Strange path. Yes, so definitely I come from a military family. Lived in the Lehigh Valley, Berks County, lived out in Los Angeles. And when I went to my undergraduate at Kutztown University, I was, a track star and was all about finance and business. So to your point, I ended up getting an opportunity to work on Wall Street, but I always had this passion for film, watching films, seeing all the nuances of mistakes, continuity errors. So I always knew I had this like passion of, science, computer science, and filmmaking. But it was always, just a passion that was just on the side. I liked astronomy, the universe, stuff like that. So
wait, what do you mean astronomy? Whoa, wait. So you're a sci-fi person, right? Are you a sci-fi geek?
I'm beyond a sci-fi geek. The reason Haydenfilms is because of Lucasfilm. So I'll get to that. I mean, it's.
I'm wearing a T-shirt. I'm wearing this
T-shirt.
Okay, because I was like, I wonder if you'll be able to make the connection why I'm wearing this T-shirt.
Yeah, I mean, right behind me, I have the episode 1 poster on my wall. I just blurred it out so people wouldn't see all my messy, paperwork.
No, that's so awesome. Okay, go ahead. All right, so astronomy. Hey, Alma, how are you? I think I told you we do have people who come and visit us, so we'll interrupt once in a while. Hi, Cynthia. Cynthia's usually on the show, but she chose, Rick, I'm telling you, she chose not to come on the show tonight because I know she's watching the premiere of 911, which is on tonight. We have a huge love of, I have a huge love of the show 911.
They have.
Me and Cynthia are a little bit crazed about firemen right now. We can't help it.
Yes.
But go ahead. I'm so sorry, Hayden.
So, just I had an opportunity to, really think about some of my own personal passions of, maybe directing a film project and things of that nature. So ended up going back to Kutztown University and thinking about just taking some basic theater classes initially. And because I just wanted to kind of understand the whole process that an actor may go through. And someone recognized me at the school and said, why are you thinking about theater classes? You should, go to the telecommunications program. I said, telecommunications, this program actually exists. I went in there, saw the studio and everything that was going on.
Well, wait, so I'm gonna back it up a little bit because I don't know what you mean by telecommunications.
Well, they changed the name. I'm dating myself. So telecommunications was the name of the program before I started. Then it was changed to electronic media, which I got my master's in, and now it's film and cinema. So it's evolved over time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I was the person coming back, after working on Wall Street for a few years, and they offered me a graduate assistantship and said, "Hey, do you want to come back? Work on some of these film ideas and theater, and we'll pay for you to go to school, and you'll help us,
Oh,
teach some
okay, I'm
classes."
jealous.
So,
I just got really jealous right there. Okay.
sign me up for that. I'm coming back.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah.
always say, if it's free, it's for me.
It's for me, exactly. I agree with you 100%.
I love that.
Yeah, I see the Jurassic Park. Don't hide it.
No. I'm not hiding it. I can stand up, but
Yeah, nice.
but you know the reason why. I mean, first of all, I don't have a Star Wars T-shirt. I don't,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry because I'm more of a
Well, I
Star
have a
Trek
Simpson
person.
T-shirt under my regular blue shirt
Okay,
here.
okay, but you know why the connection to George Lucas is, right?
Of course, Industrial Light and Magic probably did the special effects. Most likely
Well,
did.
no. So here, I'm going to tell the story because I was trying to look for something to connect it because I know you really like George Lucas and you have his quote everywhere. So I
Yep.
want to get more into the minutia of that. I don't know
Please.
if I use that word right, but so here's the thing: Steven Spielberg was filming the Jurassic Park, and he was ending Jurassic Park, the production of it, and he was beginning Schindler's List.
Uh-huh.
And there was a huge snowstorm, and he really wanted to shoot during that snowfall or whatever it was. So he called George Lucas, his best friend, he calls him best friend, and asked him if he would do all the sound editing, finish the sound editing for Jurassic Park. And that was kind of the whole, I never wear other logo shirts on my show. But for you, I wanted to kind of honor that you love George Lucas. So
Nice.
that's all
Thank
I got
you.
though.
Yes.
Okay, but why George Lucas? What is it? What is it? A movie or?
Well, I mean, it's just, growing up watching Star Wars and just understanding the passion of, I was always a Darth Vader fan, right? So Darth Vader was my favorite character growing up because, obviously episode 4, 5, and 6 came out first before 1, 2, and 3. So you were put into the middle of the narrative. It wasn't until later on in episode 2 where Darth Vader was Hayden Christensen and I'm Hayden Craddolph. So, it was just pretty cool that Hayden. So my favorite character ended up being, actually portrayed by, a person with my namesake. So that was pretty cool. But no, I really just understood the passion between the hero's journey. And most people don't realize that Darth Vader is a fallen hero. He is the hero of the saga. He is the chosen one. So he does bring balance to the Force. So it's just going through that whole process of how he goes through to, save the universe is pretty cool. And I just think that's just a motif of what you can go through in your own personal challenges in life. And you could do that through, Darth Vader or Superman. So I've got a couple characters that I've anointed myself with.
Wait, you're also DC Comics? God, you're on the wrong show. You're DC.
No. I mean, listen, I get it. Most of my people that work for me are Marvel people. I said, listen, this is the DC office. So pick a character, pick Batman, pick, Martian Manhunter, Wonder Woman, Batman. I already picked Superman. So you can't have Clark Kent.
Wow, that's so awesome. Rick, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm just so intrigued. It's actually good we didn't talk in the green room, actually.
Yeah.
Kind of funny.
I knew when I was looking at everything when I was driving, I said, we'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
We don't need to prep. We're just going to go get it.
Yeah, no. Go ahead, Rick.
I was going to say, speaking of Darth Vader, rest in peace, James
Rest
Earl
in
Jones.
peace. Yep, James Earl Jones, for
there
sure.
will never be another voice like that.
That is true.
Yeah.
I hope they were doing some magical projects behind the scenes, because I would have come out with a Darth Vader show before some other projects, but that would have been me. They wouldn't want me running Lucasfilm.
I'm not I don't know what it is, but I don't love Star Wars.
Okay. Did you ever watch Star Wars? Correct.
Oh yeah, but only 4, 5. Well, the originals. I call them the originals. So
Yep,
yeah,
4,
no.
5, 6 is original.
But it's not that I don't love it, but Rick knows this. Everybody knows this. I tend to like what I call bubblegum sci-fi.
Okay.
I like happy endings and joy at the end.
Yeah.
And so things like Battlestar Galactica and Star Wars, and I'll watch them and I'll enjoy them, or like X-Files, whatever. But it's darker. It's a little bit darker for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, it's a little bit of a longer narrative too, because the story, it takes 9 movies to kind of, at least 6, the original 6. Obviously, I'm not sure about the second.
Okay, but
Part of
did
journey.
you like the ones after the originals as much as you like the originals?
Well, the reason why, and I know
Mm.
it's different now because obviously, and I don't want to sit here and ever bash Lucasfilms, but obviously he sold it, I think 2012, 2013. So I can
Mhm.
say what I'm about to say. I think what happened in 7, 8, and 9, Rogue One was a pretty good standalone. But I think what
It
they
was.
did in 7 was a remake of 4. That was just pretty much a remake of 4 for the 21st century. And I get it. They wanted to retell a story, which was the same story. And the whole Rey story in episode 7 was no different than the whole Luke story in episode 4. 7, 8, I don't know what happened there. I don't know why they got confused with that. I mean, they turned off the whole fan base and everything with those two movies, which really took it somewhere else that really didn't need to go. But getting back to your original point, the reason I personally liked 1, 2, and 3, and now if you look back at it now, I
Mhm.
get it. 1999, I think 99 it was when episode 1 came out. We were talking about the first film that was all done digitally. So you had some initial
Okay.
CGI issues. Jar Jar Binks was a new character. They were trying to
Yeah.
connect to a new younger generation. So it wasn't perfect, but because of that film, because of Star Wars Episode 1, it opened up everything else that happened afterwards, with Avatar and all the other Titanic,
Right.
things of
That's
that
true.
nature. Because a lot of people don't realize that Industrial Light and Magic is a Lucasfilm company.
That's right.
Every single one of the films that are out there, from Lord of the Rings, Jurassic Park, DC movies, Marvel movies, the special effects are done by Industrial Light Magic. But 1, 2, and 3, the reason why I personally enjoyed them, although 1 wasn't my favorite, I wanted to see the fall of Anakin. I wanted to see how it
Wow.
occurred. Because when you see 4, 5, and 6, when you're a young person, you're like, Darth Vader's just here. Why is he so evil? How did he fall?
Right.
How did he become this person? And so I waited 20 years to finally see that happen.
To see that happen, right.
So they weren't perfect films, but if you compare those 3 films, 1, 2, and 3, to 7, 8, and 9, they're
Oh, no.
masterpieces, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to say that Mario Dawson said that you're 100% accurate. So, it's a done deal. It's a
Exactly.
done deal.
I can talk about Star Wars for the whole show, but
No, it's okay. Well, I'm laughing because I'm thinking Rick is like really excited. Like Rick is like,
Me?
yes, he's totally into sci-fi.
oh my God, I go to Comic-Con. Well, I didn't. I go to Comic-Con normally, Comic-Con San Diego, every 2 years.
Do
So
you
we go-
really?
Yeah, we do. I didn't go. I went. My last time was there, 2023. I was there, and I wasn't there for 2 years, 2 or 3 years, because of the global pandemic and all that stuff that was going on. And then I was the last full time I was there was 2019. Then I was there 2017,
Right.
2015. I usually go every 2 years.
I worked for this company, and of course I was in charge of all the money, and the guys, had come up to me. They're like, we have to go to San Diego. Like, they thought I was so dumb that I didn't know what was going on, but they needed to do a business trip and they wanted it paid for. And so they came to me with this elaborate explanation as to why they had to go to San Diego. And I was like, guys, if you want to go to Comic-Con, just say so.
Exactly.
No, it's not a big deal. Like, just go.
Well, the cool thing is if people are like, oh, do you want to go to the Comic-Con in New York and these other places? I said, no. Once you go to Comic-Con San Diego, none of the rest. I mean, you got to go to the original one for sure.
Rick, didn't you go to Comic-Con too?
To the New York one, I did one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a close second, but that's at the Javis Convention Center, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's an
I don't know.
experience.
San Diego's my
Yeah,
my
you'll have
favorite.
to come to the San Diego one, Rick. We'll have to
Yeah,
do
right.
like a
I
show
would
or
say
something.
if you're into comics or any of that stuff at all, you need to at least go to one Comic-Con just to experience it at least once.
Exactly, for sure.
And you don't have to admit that you've ever been to one either. For those of you who are like me, who will never admit that you've ever been to one, because I've never been to one. Okay, so we were talking about you going from college, going to Wall Street. Here's why. I have a financial background, and I ended up in the same kind of boat where I was working for Thompson Financial. I ended up going to college because of them. And then I ended up moving right out to Hollywood. So I'm curious, when did you always knew you'd be involved in film, or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I always knew. I just knew that the passion was always there. And like I said, getting back to the Kutztown story. I came back, enrolled in the electronic media program, and I had
Right.
this idea for a character, and it was called the Hallucinator. And so this character
Okay.
was going to go through and have these hallucinations and dream sequences, and filmmakers from around the world were going to shoot the dream sequences in point of view, and I was going to actually edit those dream sequences in this narrative. Right, it was going to be this interactive film, and
Okay.
it was way before its time. It was before YouTube and all the interactive properties and platforms that we know of. So I pitched the idea to the Small Business Development Center, and they said, "Well, what else have you done creatively?" I said, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Working with all these professors, working on this film project."
Right.
And then they said, "Who else? Who do you know in Hollywood?" I said, "I don't know anyone in Hollywood." So you're going to make this like pretty cool project working with all these filmmakers from around the world, and you're going to become this big director. I said, "Okay, I see the work. I see."
This is the work.
Yeah.
I do what I gotta do.
I said, "Well, what if I took some of the money that I raised and create a $10,000 grand prize for the best short film,
Mm.
create my own technology?" So in 2004, 20 years ago, we created the Haydenfilms Online Film Festival. We put a $10,000 grand prize out there. We took the 50 top films from around the world under 35 minutes in length. They competed on our website, haydenfilms.com at the time, for 60 days, competing against each other. It was open to any genre as long as it was 35 minutes or length. And then we picked the top 4 films, and then we took them to New York City to the Directors Guild of America Theater, put them on the big screen, which is what they
Right.
want, that whole brick and mortar event.
So, but this is the in-person part of the film festival because you still do that now.
Yeah, so that's always part of it. Our film festival is always online first.
Right.
Then we take the films offline and celebrate them in a brick and mortar environment.
Okay, before you go further, I just want to say I think way ahead of your time because
Way ahead.
nobody was doing that in 2004, doing online, like an online festival.
Nope, they
That's
were not.
cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Everyone, I remember back in the day, they said no one's going to watch films on your laptop and your phone and this. I said, you guys are wrong. You guys are so
Wow.
wrong. And what was so cool about it is that our first 3 years, we got some of the best short films from USC, NYU, international films. I mean, we were getting real great content. And some of the filmmakers that made our top 4 each year are now working in the industry doing
Right.
great work. So our first 3 years was in New York. And then our 4th year, we went out to Los Angeles. Demi Moore, Kirsten Dunst,
Yeah.
they both submitted films. They ended up coming to our event. So
That's so
our film
cool.
festival is always about technology first.
Right.
And then it wasn't kind of like an annual brick and mortar event. It was always something that was fluid and moving around.
So is this how now I'm not sure how to say it. Sembo? Is that how you say
Sembo,
Sembo? Is
yep.
that how you developed into?
Exactly. So Sembu is a net new company. It's a SaaS platform.
Okay,
that
you
is-
just okay, wait, whoa.
I'm going to go
Stop right there.
technical. I'll try to keep it down if you want.
No. I know my people. So we look at this is the neighborhood. We're hanging out.
We're hanging out. We're on the stoop. We're on the stoop.
We're on the stoop. We're just chilling.
Yep.
Now talk like a normal person.
All right. So let me try to break it down. So here's the byproduct of the festival.
Yeah.
So instead of now, 20 years later, people embed YouTube videos onto the website.
Oh, look at Cynthia just said, so you were Netflix before Netflix was
Exactly. So that's what exactly. I love it. So Cynthia, you're 100% right. So Sembu, go to sembu.com for those that are out there. Sembu allows you to launch your own Netflix on your website, your own Hulu, your own Apple TV. So you're able to install a complete media library with all the complements that Netflix has on your own website. So you're not putting YouTube or Vimeo, but that was a byproduct of our festival and the technology that we created.
Amazing that you did that. So, okay, so you're the founder of that as well. You created that as well.
Correct.
How does it work? Do I purchase a monthly pass or I'm getting confused by Sembo and then how you can view the film festival because we want people to see the film festival now.
We want people to see some of the films. You can go on our film, our festival page right now. We're actually
I'm sorry, I didn't set that up because I wasn't sure you were going to show up. But
no. My apologies.
no, it's not your fault.
I'm putting the link in there. I don't know if you want to see it. So
wait.
if
Let
you
me see
look
if I
at the
can
link
put
on,
it. Yeah, no, wait. Let me. Rick, are you able to take that and put it in the chat for us?
I can put it in other chat. Like I can't put it. You can put it.
Oh,
You
I
do
can put it on the chat,
You
right?
can
I
put it
have to be
directly
able
for
to do it.
everybody. Yeah.
Okay, so clearly you see why I told you when you started going down that techie area, I was like, what?
what's going on?
Yeah, like bring it down a notch because I'm
Yep.
kind of just personality.
Yep.
Hold on one
I
second.
get it.
Let me put this in the chat. Let me see if I can do this. And then Rick, you'll make and Hayden, just so you know, afterwards when I do all the socials and stuff, I'm gonna hook you up with. I'm gonna hook it up when we do the promotion, so everybody will be able to see it there too.
Nice.
And I'll put it on the website. No problem. Okay, so here is can't post messages to some channels. Oh, it's saying it can't.
Yeah, some of them.
So it'll go to like
But they
some
can
of
see
them,
it on
but
the
not all the
side.
But the
channels.
host is doing it. So for those that are out there watching right now, so if you click on the site and you scroll down, the voting is ended for this current competition. However, for those that still want to watch some great film, we've received 55 films from all over the world. So you can go there. That library that you see, that's the Sembu technology that's on the Hayden Films website. That same technology can
I'm
go
going
on
to cut
your
you
website.
for a second.
Good.
I'm going to cut you. So for the audio, because this will air on the podcast on Sunday,
Understood.
it's haydenfilmsinstitute.org. If you go there and then it's /festival, you'll see the rest of it.
Or you can just go to haydenfilmsinstitute.org and you'll see a button on the right-hand side, View
Perfect.
Festival, and you can see everything right there.
Okay, go ahead with the symbol. You're saying that the technology that
So the
you see there.
technology, I don't know, Rick, or do you have the page open? But the technology that is in the page, all that technology is actually being embedded. I'm trying to, placed on, trying to use layman terms. That technology is the Sembu technology. So you're not leaving Hayden Films to go watch the film on Sembu. You're watching it on Hayden Films. So Carmen, if you had your own website, like Carmen.com, and you wanted to have a media library, a podcast, or VOD content, Sembu allows you to have the Carmen.com website.
Okay, let's not say Carmen.com. Let's say CarmenSuarez.com or CarmenLisette.com because I do have a website. So wait, but then how is it different? Because I do have that up on my website. So how would it be more beneficial for me to have it on All About the Joy? We have that website too. And I always try to put up, it can't hold all of our live streams. So I only do kind of the social medias. You're saying it would.
It would. So again, just think about Sembu working with universities, EDU content, film festivals, sports content. It really doesn't matter.
Right.
If you have content, we're not saying don't do your social media. We're not saying don't do YouTube, but micro content should go on YouTube, and then you direct everything back to your media library on your website, which is the Sembu technology. But the best part about Sembu is you're able to activate a payment plan. So if you want to have a $7.99 payment plan like Disney Plus or $14.99 plan like Netflix, Sembu allows you to layer a payment plan right on top of your content. If you want to do live streaming like we're doing right now, the Sembu technology will allow you to push your live feed right to your website. Like this feed right now, I'm sure it has RTMP code.
It does, but I can't do it to my website.
Sembu will allow you to. Sembu will allow this program, as we speak right now, to go to your website with one simple click of a button. So,
interesting.
And
do I get the?
Go
ahead, Rick.
You can monetize.
You can monetize. You can do your own ads. You can do pre-roll advertising. You can do banner ads, and then you can do subscription-based as well on top of your content. So again, if it wasn't for Hayden Films, we wanted to have been able to.
Do you want to show whatever it is I mean, I'm not trying to be all up in your business, but I assume you're at your website. Oh, wait, but can you just do it on ours? I mean, Rick, doesn't he have the ability to show his screen or whatever? His desktop?
Share, maybe to share.
Yeah,
can you share?
I can. if I have a share functionality.
Look at Cynthia's like, Carmen set up. You know,
Yep.
I'm already thinking, but I want the friends and family playing. Okay. We gonna be like,
All right. So you guys see my screen right now on the
okay,
right hand side?
I think I
Not
have to
yet.
do this. Wait 1 second.
There you go.
Okay, there we
So
go.
this is Sembu.com, right? So right now, Sembu.com, there are,
Okay.
3 prices right there
Okay.
because it is software that you're purchasing,
Right.
right? And then so this particular software, when you log in, I'll log in as Hayden right now. So if I log
Okay.
into my account right now, this is where I manage everything on my, so this is all my content. This is where I can set up ads, advertising. This is where I can manage my payments if I want to charge for certain content. So it's
It's
an
really
all,
it's friendly. It's
it's
user
beyond
friendly.
friendly. It's beyond friendly. So if I go to Hayden Films, right? If I go down here, all of these content right here, purchase plan, this right here allows me to leverage the Sembu technology. What kind of payment do I want to purchase? And then I gain access to this VOD content.
Oh, Rick, you already went and saw some of these
Yeah.
movies, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
And what did you think about the software, but more importantly, about the films that you watched?
I mean, the software, there's nothing to think about. You literally just click the button and you watch
Exactly.
the video. It starts.
So
And it's
right
nice
here is
high
another one of
quality.
our use cases, and he focuses on speakers that come in. But again, these aren't YouTube videos. This is all a media library that he's able to control. So, the
That
great
is
thing,
so cool.
yeah. So for anyone that's out there, I know that Sembu's always been a challenging product to explain. But this is where you can really do every single thing in one solution. And really, again, I'll just try to make it as easy as possible. Set up your own Netflix.
Okay,
You're
wait,
not,
are we staying on this page?
we can actually leave. I'll stop sharing.
It's
Are
okay.
the
I can
files
click it out.
hosted on Senbu servers, or we would still be able to host it ourselves?
Yeah.
Or?
So let me stop sharing my screen, leave.
It's all right. I clicked you
Yeah,
off
we don't see
already.
it.
All right, we're off. Good.
Yeah.
So the way it works is all of your content is still being hosted by Sembu, right? So we have a partnership with AWS, which is Amazon Web Services.
Amazon.
Right.
So Amazon Web Services does all the cloud computing for Netflix, Disney, Hulu, Sembu, and others.
Right.
So when you upload it to Sembu, it is going to the cloud, which is powered by AWS.
Mhm.
But once it's in Sembu, it pushes it to your website. And then that's when you can create different playlists. And that's when you can really leverage the power. So, and I'm going to talk briefly, and again, I don't want to talk too negatively about YouTube, but right now, if you look at,
We're on YouTube right now.
yeah, when you're on YouTube, there's only a very small percentage of creators or publishers that can take advantage of their creator rev share. You have to
That's
have 1,000 subscribers. You have to
Yep.
have 4,000 hours of watch time. You have to go through all these hoops. With Sembu, it's a turnkey solution. You can install the software. You can monetize from day one. You can live stream from day one. You can still use some of the third parties, like the stream that you're on right now. You can live stream through Zoom, through Restream, through other properties, custom code, whatever you want to do. But the best part about it is that once you upload your content, it's always going to be in the cloud. If you decide to leave us, you would download your content and you would get a zip drive of all your content.
Well, it's interesting because, one of the things I struggle with is I have a lot of followers on TikTok, but I don't live stream on TikTok because it's a whole different cumbersome thing to do. You know what I mean? So, but I could probably monetize on TikTok. And then it's like you have YouTube, but I don't have enough followers to even consider that an option at the moment. So, but if I could have people come to my website, that would make it a much more viable thing, because then I could just tell people come to All About the Joy or Carmen Suarez.
Yeah, because again, if you look at leverage YouTube, it allows you to create all those micro content pieces for 3 minutes. You'd have All About the Joy, right? You'd have a 3-minute clip, maybe the 3-minute highlight. You'd have your description, your hashtags, your description, but then the embedded link would go back to your own website, which would be the Sembu installation, your own merch, your own e-commerce. If you're selling different products and services, it's all happening on your website.
And so
And
that's the only thing you'd have to do. You just purchase the monthly, or whatever works for your company or whatever. So let's say you do the $75 a month. That's all you need to do. You guys set up everything else.
yeah, exactly.
Just
So what
upload the
happens?
content.
Yeah, exactly. You would log in, create an account. If you want VOD only, it's $75 a month. If you want to have 2 concurrent live streams, that's the professional package. So let's say Carmen and Rick. Let's say Rick is doing an event at the Javits Convention Center. He's doing a panel discussion, and he brings his own film crew. He can take his iPhone, pro consumer iPhone, connect to a free Streamlab app.
Okay.
Push that through Sembu onto the website. And Carmen, you could be out in San Diego doing a whole separate podcast.
Right.
That one podcast can be monetized, one could be free, and that's
Right.
2 concurrent live streams. On YouTube, you can only do 1 concurrent live stream. With our
Right.
system, we can do all the way up to 50 concurrent live streams, and which is ideal for universities that might have like 4 or 5 basketball games going on because they have a basketball tournament, but then they have some speakers on the north side of campus. So the great thing about our tagline is Sembu is distribution your way.
Right.
Good
Alma
question.
just asked,
Yeah.
well, we always ask the question because remember we have an audio
Yep.
part of this. So Alma just asked, how long will we be able to view the films?
A good question. So we're going to actually, believe it or not, the films are going to be available through the rest of the year. That new update, there's a new press release and everything. So some of our reskinning of the website is going to happen. So the big event is going to be October 25th, 26th, 27th. That's the in-person celebration. I guess we'll talk about that in a minute. But you guys can definitely enjoy films now through the rest of the year on on the small screen as you see it, and then of course on the big screen you'll get to be able to see the films in Reading, Pennsylvania from October 25th through the 27th. We're going to have a red carpet experience. We're going to have different panel discussions, and we're going to have all the films and then on top of it, we're giving out a $25,000 grand prize this time, which is way bigger than we've ever done before.
And is there any stipulation to those people that win that, like they win the $10,000? Like, can they use it for anything, or what is it for?
Yeah, no, it's a cash prize. So that's one of the things that differentiate us from a lot of other festivals and competitions out there, where sometimes they're really in-kind donations and there's all these different things that are going. No, it'll be a real check. And our goal and our hope is that they'll pay off some of their some of their credit card debt for this current film, or they can leverage the prize for maybe some of their new projects and things of that nature. So yes, we are a nonprofit. So 2 companies. Haydenfilms Institute is a nonprofit organization focusing on film festivals, screenplay competitions, community.
Okay, I really want to emphasize that because I think it's really important. People are more willing to spend some money when they know it's a nonprofit organization. So please check out the films at the festival because it's a nonprofit. You're helping a good cause.
Yep.
And that's why I asked the question. And then Sembu, but that's a software program. That's a whole other.
So that's a standalone company that was inspired by some of the work that we did with Hayden Films. So the work that we did through Hayden Films, we said, well, maybe our software that we built in-house could be used for other film festivals, educational organizations, sports educational organizations. So that's how Sembu came about. But to answer Cynthia's question,
let's ask the question first. So Cynthia, I'm sorry, I know you're new to this. We're gonna have to have you back on a regular basis. Cynthia just asked, are there any films that you reject? What is the criteria for the films? I'm gonna add this: who also judges the films? So go ahead.
Yeah. So again, great questions. So again, our festival is so very unique. So the actual festival itself, the criteria is films under 45 minutes or length, 45 minutes. It used to be 35. We upped it a little bit. So it's under 45 minutes, any genre, right? Any genre in under 45 minutes. Once those films come in, we do have a core team of in-house judges of 5 to 7 judges that watch all the films. They take all the films and try to narrow it down to 50. But then it's up to the public. Once those 50 films have been selected,
Oh,
they go online because we want the worldwide audience to actually view and rate the film. So they have to, like, so a net new viewer, they have to watch at least 5 films on the whole 50 category for their rating to qualify. So you can't just come and vote on your buddy's film. You have to
right.
watch.
We
It's
love
about a,
Carmen's movie.
yeah, don't just watch Carmen's movie. It's not like American Idol where it's a popularity contest. It's
Right.
the best overall rated film that gets selected. So we pick the top 4 films based on overall rating, and then the festival runs for 60 days. So each filmmaker is in essence their own like little mini marketeer. So they're promoting our festival and their film, but which drives traffic to all of the content because there's great stories, and we feel that those stories are gaining a voice online and then
How did you
celebrate them
come up with
offline.
this? This is actually pretty unique and really
It is,
kind of regular folk making decisions on, because I thought you were going to say something like, well, we have 5 people who are industry professional, which always,
no,
I mean, there's a place for that. I'm not saying there isn't.
yeah,
I love this kind of from the ground, regular people making the decisions.
yeah. So I mean, the first cut is definitely we have some professors and some
Right.
industry panelists. So we do go through, a pretty decent laborious process to try to get the best of the best.
Right.
But after that, we want the worldwide audience because the thing that we've learned over the last 20 years is that, and I think one of the things that Sundance did when Robert Redford created Sundance is it was
Mhm.
all about the independent film
Yeah.
world, the independent film spirit. But as the
It's
festival
changed.
became
Yeah.
super popular, then you saw more and more contemporary commercial-based films
Right.
getting all the notoriety. Well, we feel that the audience of the world, the global world, is going to tell us what is the best story. So if
Right.
they tell us what the best story is, then we've gotten a really good, value of those votes, which are
Well,
online.
there's also something really encouraging about, like, as you're talking, like, maybe I'll do a short film because you don't feel so intimidated. Because when you think about Sundance or you think about the Academy, you're thinking like, well, I need to be so and so, blah, blah, blah. And so there's also something encouraging about this because it feels like it'd be real people watching it. It doesn't mean you don't have to have a lot of experience and make a great film. I'm sure you have
Yeah,
a lot of great films. What are some that you reject, as Cynthia was asking? What
yeah.
might be reasons for rejection?
I mean, and we go to the basics, right? So, and this goes back to the whole Lucasfilm. So
Right,
you have audio is very important, right? If you
right.
have good audio, it's going to enhance your film. If you have good lighting, it's going to enhance
Mhm.
your film. Writing
Well,
is
you probably need a good story first, right?
well, first of all, you need a good story.
Right,
But I mean,
True.
things that are going to reject it is,
right.
a filmmaker will have a great story, but you can't hear anything, right?
Yes,
Um,
good point.
Yeah. So, definitely a great story, good audio, good editing, good lighting. I mean, it all goes down to really the technical stuff eventually. Does this look good?
Right,
But I mean, the story definitely is the most important. You
yeah,
can't fix a bad story.
right,
And then of course, I think, the actors that pour their heart and soul into the craft is also important. So
right.
the whole thing is each film stands on its own merit, if that makes any
Yeah,
sense, because there's
Mhm.
experimental films that come in that you would never think that would make the top 50,
but
but
they
they're
do.
so good in so many different factions. Then they make the top 50 and then they kind of resonate with the world audience.
Right,
So,
right.
our job is to narrow it down to the top 50.
The top
Um,
50. That's
I
amazing.
see another a good
Yeah, this
question
is
for you.
from Alma, and she says, "Have you ever done a scholarship component for film students?"
Yeah, so that's a really good question. So because of the success of our film festival, we were the Olivet's Boys and Girls Club reached out to us, and we did this very small project. And we were going to go in and teach some high school students how to write, shoot, direct public service announcements to bring an awareness to weapons in high school. And it was through PAX USA. It was a nonprofit organization we partnered with in New York City. So we went in. It was a very small group of students, and so we went in there with ourselves and some of our interns to try to help them tell their stories, right? To
Mhm.
raise awareness about weapons and guns in school. That was the inspiration behind a bigger project where we took 50 at-risk teens from Reading, Pennsylvania. We brought them to Kutztown University over a 64-hour program. Johnny
Wow.
Ray Gill from NBC flew out, helped us co-produce it. And we worked with the
Cool.
students over 8 weeks, and we created a $10,000 scholarship for students that created a public service announcement to reduce youth violence, domestic violence, chemical abuse, things of that nature. And we kind of taught them how to tell those stories. And we were really proud of that project. So, yes, we're looking to do more of those
That's
scholarship-based
awesome.
projects.
Wow.
That's part of kind of more of our community-based programming.
I'm going to switch gears for a moment and ask you this. How would, I mean, this has nothing to do with your organization at the moment, but what would you tell someone who is just starting out and wants to be a filmmaker? What would you tell them should be the first thing they should concentrate on or do, or what are the next steps?
Well, that's a good question. So there's obviously two main paths, right? So
Mhm.
path number one is, you know, being passionate, picking up a camera. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't know what to do. As soon as you pick up a camera and get your friends in
Mhm.
a living room and start teaching them how to do a scene, you're a director.
Right.
So my first thing is pick up a camera as early as humanly possible and try to do some sort of project, whatever it is. But you obviously have the path to go to school, right? You can
Mhm.
do it the traditional way, Temple University, NYU, DeSales University, USC. You could do the
Or
school route, or
that.
yep, your phone.
Mhm.
Obviously, or the second way is, there's so many people that are good at business. You may have a good idea. You might not be the best writer. You might not be the best cinematographer, but you're a great, person who knows how to do business. And that's what a
Right.
producer does. And you
Yeah.
bring in all the right pieces to build a film project. So go to school if that's your passion. Definitely, it's very important. Or pick up a camera, surround yourself with some good people that are hungry, and just do it.
Okay,
Um,
I keep hearing a small accent. Where I thought you were from Pennsylvania.
I am from Pennsylvania, but I moved around a little bit. Who knows what accent I picked up? I lived
No,
in
you
Puerto
did,
Rico.
right, Rick? I mean, like he
Yeah,
said
In the
certain
very,
words.
very beginning, you sounded Southern. I was like, wait,
I
yeah,
I thought
know,
it was
right?
Pennsylvania.
I was
What?
like, "He's from down south or something." Like
yeah, yeah,
he said camera or something.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
he said it like what's his name? What's his Tyler Perry says
Oh.
scared and like like he from down south.
Yeah.
My
Um,
brother, he was in the Air Force, so he had to move around a lot, and so his
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
always
Well, I was in
go to different schools.
ROTC, Air Force ROTC, and my dad was a Marine. My grandfather was in Army. My uncle was in Army, and all kinds of
in the
family
same
members.
family? Wow.
Yep, yep,
Yeah, and you have to move
That's
around a lot, so your
hardcore.
kids are gonna pick up all kind of accents.
exactly, exactly.
What is your plan for the future of the Hayden Institute? Is that different from Hayden Films?
So it's Hayden Films is one word. Hayden Films is one word, just like Lucasfilm. It's not two words. Hayden
Just like
Films.
just like Lucasfilms, people.
Exactly. One word, Hayden Films
Haydenfilms.org.
Institute.
Okay.
Yep,
And
Hayden Films Institute.org or just Hayden Films Institute.
okay. Oh, so it's the same thing,
Hayden Films Institute is our nonprofit organization.
right?
Hayden Films LLC was the original company 20 years ago, but it evolved
Got
into a
it.
nonprofit in 2011. It evolved.
So
And
what
then
is the
Sembu,
future? What is the future of this organization after this film festival? Are you going to do this every year? Because you've been doing it not every year.
no, so it's not every year because there's a big technical component to it. However, based on where we are now with Sembu and Hayden Films, we envision that we're going to be on a biannual basis. So last
Oh,
year, we
cool.
did our first screenplay competition. So we gave out our first prize for our winning best short screenplay. So after this festival, which will be the in-person festival,
Right.
then we're going to announce our screenplay competition that'll run for a year. Then we'll go back to the festival. So every year
This
we're
is
gonna rotate.
amazing. I didn't even know about the screenplay part.
Yep. So we did a screenplay competition last year, which was our first one. So we're now on Hayden Films 5.0 for the festival. We just left Hayden Films 1.0 screenplay competition. So in January, it's going to convert to the Hayden Films 2.0 screenplay competition. then
Wow.
Hayden Film 6.0, and then it'll keep going like
Keep
that.
going back and forth.
Back and forth. Yeah.
So this is what you do solidly all
Yep.
day long. This is
All
what
day
you
long. And then, of course, we have, the other major program that we have is called the Hayden Films Agency. So the Hayden Films Agency is where we take a team of scholars, students, and professionals. And so it's really this hybrid team. They do website development, they do social media management, they do graphic design, you name it, they do it. They do video production. And so that's one of the things that happens to be one of the really good programs that we do. So small and medium-sized companies or even large companies can have a real true agency that's empowering students from all over the area to really do some great work.
So
I'll
I
put
should
that in the
just
chat
let
for
you know, you know what? Your screen is still sharing, not on the live stream, but in my corner. I don't know
Oh
if you
yeah,
know that.
I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah.
it's okay. Unless you don't want me to see
No,
what
no,
I'm
no.
seeing.
I'm not sharing anything crazy. So
No,
that's
we can share your screen. I'm happy to do. Okay, what is this that we're doing? This
well,
is
this was the
Haydenfilms?
agency component. So if there's this is
Matrix.
where we really do a great job working with students, mainly in the Northeast, but we have students like right now we have a student that's all the way out in Los Angeles with us.
Oh, this is I didn't
You want
copy.
want me to show you this real quick?
Yeah. Wait. Oh,
It's
you
a
mean on
minute.
the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
It's
be so much
it's only
easier because you can tell.
no,
I'm not
I don't want to disrupt your show. It's only a minute and a half, but
Oh my God. Have you not realized that this show is all about you at the moment? Like,
I noticed. I don't want it to be all about me.
it is all about you. You'll have to come back and just hang out on the show because I adore you now. But I'm always suspicious of when people ask to be on the show and I don't know them.
Yeah.
But you're cool now. You're vetted. I'm good.
Awesome.
Okay, so explain again what you're showing because remember
So what you're about to see,
the
you're going to play this in a second. So this is where you're going to see our students. This is kind of like this was a byproduct of the Youth Media Initiative that we talked about earlier. When we did that program where we helped the 50 at-risk teens, there was a company, Burke's Women in Crisis, that knew about all the stuff that we were doing. They said, hey, you're always doing this really high quality video projects for yourself. Can you do a project for us? And our students were like, man, we should create our own in-house agency. So then that was the birth of the agency arm in 2020, where we have students. And we probably had about 50 students over the last 10 years that really do great work. And they're not going out and getting dry cleaning or coffee runs.
Right, they're actually doing this work. Are you going to show this on the screen?
Yep, I'll show it right now. You ready?
Yeah. I want to see it. Oh, I can't hear it.
Oh, wait a minute. There it goes.
Oh, there it goes.
You got the sound?
Hold up. I don't think I have anything to do with the sound part. For some reason, when you did the screen share, it didn't come up with the sound component. I don't know why.
Let me,
if I close it and open it, because all the other ones I have a sound component, and here it's not showing a sound component.
You want me to share? Let me share the screen. So
yeah.
if I go, I'm going to
do
this.
You were sharing it before.
Yeah, I'm going to do this.
Okay.
Also share audio. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to turn on the audio and let me know if you see my screen.
Okay, let me just
see. All right. You ready?
Wait. Yeah. I just got to turn it on. Now the audio.
All right, perfect. You ready?
Yeah.
So this is our students in action, and this is what we do with them right now. You ready?
Welcome to Haydenfilms. Here, we elevate your brand through our passion and creativity with messaging that is effective in growing your business with our unique perspective. Because everyone has a story to tell, and we want to come along for the show. Today is the day to elevate your brand to new heights, because your brand is a part of you. No project is too small or too big, so why don't you bring your story to life? We provide you personalized attention with a team of scholars, students, and professionals who are ready to get the job done. Connect with your audience on a deeper level through a professionally built website that beautifully illustrates what your brand is all about. Social media allows you to reach a wider audience and is essential for any brand or business. Lastly, our professional video production services will take your business to new heights that it has never been before. So, what are you waiting for?
Very, very cool.
So that was a byproduct. So the festival led to a community project, which led to the agency, which was also the inspiration for Sembu. So the agency and Sembu really were byproducts of the work that we did for the festival.
Yeah. Rick, isn't Adam one of your people?
Yes.
He's asking who's the guest.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to watch from the beginning.
Yeah.
He's watching on his phone. He's like, I can't see, too small for my eyes.
I like the music in the video, because it kind of makes you like transit. Like first, it's like, this is gonna be exciting, check us out, and then it transitions to like, oh, this is more focused now, and then it gets to more, oh, this is gonna be deep. Like
it's very film.
Very well done.
It's very George Lucas-y.
Yeah.
I had a question going backwards. About the voting. It's closed now for.
It's closed now.
But you said you have to at least watch 5 videos.
Correct.
And then once that happens, is there like a separate page to vote on? Like
no. So it's kind of like a little. You have to follow the rules. They're underneath the films, and it walks you through the process. Step 1, step 2. It's kind of like a rating that you would see on AMC.com or on the rating mechanism that you would see on like Netflix, where you would already see it activated. But it's that same kind of thing where you would hover over the stars and activate the vote.
Okay. I watch a guy, he does a daily YouTube show for half an hour, but then he goes, now we're going to transition over into my private server, and that's where you go see the good stuff. Stuff that YouTube may not want you to know or see or whatever. So using Senbu, you could do something like that.
You can. And, and the great thing about it is you would be able to upload all your content. Now, again, of course, we're not looking for any type of, and I'll just say it, and it sounds dirty, but we're not looking to partner with porn companies or anyone that's doing anything that's bizarre and crazy. We want to partner with sports companies, nonprofit organizations, educational institutions, sports people, podcasters.
But Rick's people are, so I'm just laughing because Rick's people are religious people, right?
Religious people is perfect. No, I mean, it's ideal for anyone that wants to do
virtual, not religious.
Virtual live streams for congregations, or if they want to do something for their parishioners, this is ideal.
Okay, Hayden, you know that you keep putting this in the private chat.
I don't know where the.
No, it's okay. Rick, am I the only one who has access to the regular chat?
Yes.
Okay, so it's okay. I'm putting it in there.
Yeah, the only reason I put that link in there is that, again, for the tickets, we would love to have you guys and your listeners. It's a 3-day event. Red carpet experience on Friday. Saturday, we're going to have workshops all day long. We're going to be shooting. We're going to be at Alvernia University in Reading, where we're going to shoot little 3-minute sizzle reels for companies that want to attend. We're going to do photography for new LinkedIn photos. If you want, you get to watch all types of panel discussions on Saturday. And then Sunday, you get to see all the films on the big screen at the Miller Center. And then, of course, you get to participate in an award ceremony. And there's going to be food and snacks throughout the weekend and everything of that nature as well.
I'm so proud of myself.
I see that.
Ticker at the bottom if you want to get the tickets.
Yep.
It's right there. It's filmfreeway.com/Haydenfilms/tickets.
Yep.
Another way I could see this being used too is if somebody wants to like do courses, be like,
of course,
here's our free course, but if you want further education, sign up for this, and this is how much it costs, and you can watch all the videos or whatever.
It's
you know
perfect.
Who this would be great for? It'd be great for Andrea. We'll have to let her. She's one of the people that comes to and hangs out too, and her whole consulting business. They could totally use something like this.
We have a author and a consultant that's using Senbu right now. He's written a book. He has like a series of 10 videos, a 10-part series that you can purchase for $25 a year. And so you can, and again, distribution your way. Every single person that either has a VOD library, wants to create a VOD library or a live stream library can leverage Senbu. And we're not saying leave your social media. We're not saying leave, YouTube, but use those products as ancillary. Start bringing everything back to your website, back to you. Versus
so VOD is video on demand.
Video on demand.
Just so people know
the price. You could do a one-time subscription.
Exactly.
You want.
And you can do pre-roll, ads, mid-roll, post-roll. You can do banner campaigns, everything.
That's
And
pretty
we'll have to talk.
cool.
Maybe we can, work with you guys and get you access to the software so you can test it out for us.
No, I'm totally. This was not what I was expecting. I have to be honest with you. I'm
Well,
actually.
no, you were saying, "Oh, this guy's late. He's running late," and I do apologize.
No,
I was dodging the raindrops. I'm like, I'm running up the stairs.
No. Here's the thing. Look at Hayden. I don't know how many live streams you do, but I do them weekly. We're in our second year, right, Rick?
Yeah.
Rick does daily. He does a daily show. So I do it
month
weekly.
Will be 9 years every single day.
He's been doing it
Nice.
9 years. Yeah.
All right.
So for me, what's really interesting is that in this whole process is a lot of people will say they want to be on the show, and I'm very selective because if there's no connection for me, there's no way for me to. And also, I work a 40, 50 hour a week job, right? Look at Cynthia's like sold. But here's the thing. It's like so many people will say they want to be on the show and then they don't your person responded to every question I had, was on point. So I was like, okay, he's going to make it. But when it's like 5 minutes of, and I was like, I told that brother to be here 10 minutes early. I was like, he ain't going to be on the show. I already know it. So
I know. We were like, what are we going to talk about now? He ain't going to show up.
It's crazy because I was in front of my computer like 11 up and I'm just reading some of the notes real quick. I said, oh, shoot, I got to hit the button.
No, this is great. And you're so much fun to talk to, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just,
you know what? I saw something because, of course, we try to research everybody. And there was a mention that a movie that really impacted you, which I then watched. And I was like, wow, The Aviator with, what's his name now?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Howard Hughes. First of all, The Aviator, it's a sleeper film.
It is.
And it's one of my favorite sleeper films out there. Not a lot of people talk about it. It's kind of like, I think it's very similar to Shawshank Redemption. It's one of those kind of like films that's so good, but it's like very eclectic. But I would strongly recommend people to watch The Aviator if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, because to me, he was like, tell me again, I can't do it. Tell me again, I can't do it. And watch me do it.
No, he persevered. I mean, he did Hell's Angels, which was, the first silent film, and then he had to reshoot it, put sound onto it. Obviously he was a little eclectic, but it's a good film. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have some questions. We're gonna do the Bravo questions. Wait, did you want to say anything else, Hayden, about Sembo? I actually really like the idea of Sembo. I think I might be able to use it.
Yep. Well, like I said, if you want to do a formal demo where I'm not just bouncing all over, I kind of walk you through everything. We would love to have you guys as, a use case partner, because what you guys are doing is great. I mean, I love your show. I love the conversation. I like the sit down stoop environment that you've created. This is a great show. But again, last but not least, Sembu is going to store everything. If you want to cut up the content later on, micro content for social, and we're going to have different functionality where you can cut out clips, everything.
I mean, I just paid a whole lot of money. Okay, let's talk about this for a moment though, because this is interesting to me. For a regular person who has a small business, and I have my trademark all about the joy, whatever, like this is a real thing I'm doing. It's not a pretend thing. And we also have merch at allaboutthejoy.com. I'm throwing that in there too.
Yep.
But what happens is Restream will only hold it. I know, right? We have like cups, and Restream will only hold your videos for so long, and then they drop it. It's like you have it for 15 days. So I download the entire video, but now I had to buy another terabyte of cloud space in order to store it. And here's the thing that happens. Then I have to download it again when I'm cutting it up. So I have like multiple, it gets very confusing for me. So there's a part of it that feels like I could just store it with you, and it can also just be on my website at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah. We should talk afterwards. Why don't we set up a formal demo?
Yeah, we'll talk afterwards.
Let me show you what's under the hood. You will save yourself at least 2 of those steps for sure. At least 2 of those steps that you don't really want to. And if your RStream has RTPMT, which I believe it does,
it does.
It's going to push right into Sembu and it'll store it automatically for you. So you're not going to have to upload and all that other. You'll skip like 2 steps.
Right. But then also people will have access to the entire live stream, not just on YouTube, but they'll have it on my website, and I'll have it on my website if I want to use it and do clips or whatever.
Exactly. And then you'll be able to create different playlists.
Yeah.
Right? You'll be able to create different playlists of the long form content. If you want to cut it up.
Cynthia said it earlier. She's like, sold. Because it's been one of my frustrations of spending so much money and then still being all over the place. But okay, cool. All right, we'll talk later about that. But all right, what is your favorite word?
What is my favorite word?
Come on, we're doing this in honor of the Actor Studio on Bravo.
Track speed.
What is it?
Track speed.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, that's my favorite word. It's a conjunction. Track speed, like running track speed. Like I'll say, come on, let's go, track speed. So that's my favorite, like little catchphrase, track speed. Let's like hustle, let's go.
Oh, okay. So made up words. Okay.
You asked for favorite words. I'm giving
it. I learned a word today. I love it.
I'm giving you Haydenisms.
Hayden. No, he did not just say that. Haydenisms, like Carmenisms. Rick, what's your favorite word?
Love.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. Mine is joy. Everyone knows mine.
Joy. I love it. Joy. But anyways, track speed. I know it's 2 words, but
no, track speed. I'm making it like 1 word now. Track speed. Come on, let's hustle. I'm going to use it tomorrow at work. Okay. What is your least favorite word?
Oh man, you're killing me with these questions because I don't like the word.
You know what? I don't
like the word moist. Moist is a weird word. It's like moist.
Can I tell you that is a weird one because
I don't know. Weird word.
Why? Is it the word itself or the connotation of it?
A combination of two. Just the word moist and the connotation. It's just.
I've heard
I don't know. It's painful for some reason.
It came actually from somebody in the actor studio said it, and it's become like a thing. It's a famous. I forget which one, but that's where that came from. Rick, what's your least favorite word?
Can't.
Yeah, mine is no. Don't tell me no. You know what I mean? Don't tell me no. All right. What turns you on?
Passion. I love passionate people. I love seeing passion. I love it pouring out of someone.
Yeah.
I can see it immediately. If you have passion, it's just.
I can totally see it too. You know, you have that, right? You got passion. Like you got.
I hope so. Thank you for saying that. It's one of my biggest. I'm passionate, and if I see someone have passion, it's pretty good.
Pretty cool. Rick?
Yeah.
Besides Linda Carter?
No,
Okay, Wonder Woman.
All right. Well, if that's what turns you on, okay. Is that your answer? We can go with that.
Possibilities.
Oh, possibilities. Okay. Mine is kindness. I know that's weird, but I love when I see someone being kind to somebody else. I really get so happy. It's dorky, but it's true. I really thought about that. Okay. What turns you off?
I think, giving up, because I'm an entrepreneur. So, I mean, there's no giving up in entrepreneurship. You have to grind it. You have to work hard. And I just think we're in this world where you see so many people right on the edge of turning something into something positive, but then they just throw up their hands and give up. So
it's hard though. It's hard though. Like I have compassion for people because I get tired. I have to tell you, sometimes I'm like, you know what? And I'll tell Rick, like I sometimes I'm like, I come home, I run home Thursday night and I take a shower and then I come on and I'm trying to be happy, but it's hard to keep wanting to do the thing you want to do. Like I'm jealous of you in a good way though, because you're inspiring me because you're doing this, you're doing something you love and it's on all these different parts and it's helping other people. And it's just awesomeness. Like I love it. So I'm inspired by you. Alma just said, can't stand learned helplessness. We're gonna have to dig deep on that next time you're on the show, Alma. Like that's a good one. Rick, what turns you off?
Arrogance.
Mine is bullies. I hate a bully. Okay. What sound or noise do you love?
All right, so you're pulling out all the.
This is from the book. I sent it
to you. Your list is good.
You have had a week.
Okay, so All right, so this is now
You
I'm
could
gonna
just say babies crying or something.
no. So there was an episode. I'm obsessed with light speed. Okay, so it's kind of like this weird thing that because that's I love the universe. So the sound of light speed when they depict it in the History Channel, and it's like so anything that has light speed, the Millennium Falcon going through light,
Yeah.
the Enterprise, Starship Enterprise. I just like the sound of like warp drive, light speed. I just really enjoy that sound.
I'm changing my answer. Wait a minute.
So what's
speed.
what's the scale between Star Wars like and Star Trek like for you?
Oh, in terms of the light speed.
No, your likability of the franchises.
Of the franchise.
Oh, my likability. Oh, wow. So that's a good question. So obviously Star Wars is number one. But I'm old school with Star Trek. I really like the old school William Shatner versions and Leonard Nimoy ones. I mean, Wrath of Khan Episode 2 is probably the greatest Star Trek films of all time, in my opinion. But I really do think that was some really good work on some of those projects. I mean, they got a little campy on episode, I think it was
Bubblegum Star Trek.
Yeah, exactly. Bubblegum number 3. Search for Spock. Search for Spock wasn't too bad. I think it was Coming Home. It was number 4. But there was some good work in there. I mean, Gene Roddenberry did a great job in terms of what he did in the 60s and really leveraged Star Trek to really bring out some really good opportunities to deal with social issues and everything that he did in that time frame. So I just like the Gene Roddenberry Star Trek.
We like you in general, so it's okay that you don't understand that Star Trek will always be better than Star Wars.
No, it's definitely not better because you have Anakin Skywalker.
No. And Marvel is always better than DC Comics.
Absolutely not. Superman's number 1. You can't. Come on now.
Listen.
I'm not mistaken. Star Trek where would Star Wars be without Star Trek? Because it was first, wasn't it?
Exactly. Well, that's true.
Well, how about have you seen 2001?
George Lucas wasn't inspired. He was more inspired by some of the stuff from the 50s and some of the.
But did you see 2001: A Space Odyssey?
I did.
Okay, all right, you're in. You're in. All right, you're in.
Of course.
I had to make sure. Look it.
No, trust me, I didn't miss that.
Rick, you know that there are people, I won't say who did not see it till I mentioned it to them.
Well, the first 45 minutes, people are like, "What are we watching? Why are we just watching this? This silent treatment. What's going on here?" It was good.
No, it was. I mean, it's brilliant, especially as you get older and you really appreciate it. I mean,
first of all, Space Odyssey 2001. That's a film you got to bring out every 5 to 10 years.
You do.
You got to bring it back out. It's gonna affect you differently from your different point of view and how you've grown through the universe.
Yeah, and it was made
Star
in
Wars
1968.
agreed.
Alma doesn't count.
No.
Alma don't count when it comes to this. No, she agrees on Marvel, so she's perfectly correct on the Marvel thing. So
yeah. Well, I don't know. They've had a couple strange films the last few. They finally recovered with
as opposed to DC Comics
and Wolverine.
Really? You want to put?
Well, I mean, at least it finally got an audience back in the seats because I don't know what was going on there for a minute.
I am looking forward to seeing the Christopher Reeve documentary though.
Oh, I am. It was actually I just think it's a street. It was at AMC yesterday. There was a limited run. I definitely want to see it for sure.
I definitely want to see that too. Maybe we should all see it and then talk about it because that's
we should.
That'd be great.
He's the original Superman, in my opinion.
Well, he is the only Superman, in my opinion. I saw that movie 19 times. 19. I remember I went 19.
Superman 1 and 2 so many times. 3 and 4. I don't know what they were doing with those two. Those don't exist. It's only 1 and 2.
He was
number 1's the best.
It's such a tragedy of a story. Anyways, okay, we won't go down that road because we're almost done with the show.
I like when Lois goes, "You're holding me. Who's holding you?"
Exactly.
That's right. What is your favorite curse word? You don't have to say it. You can just use the first letter.
Well, I use a different curse word. Again, I use a Disney, Star Wars, and Marvel in that order. I don't like Disney. Star Wars.
Look at she's a Disney crazy person. Do not pay attention to her.
No. Lucas Star Wars, yes. Disney Star Wars. I don't know. We might have to arm wrestle over that one.
Okay.
I have a weird curse word.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna really. Hopefully, I don't lose any fans over this one. So I try not to curse. I curse it more in my private life. I curse in my private life.
I never
swear. My brother or something like that. But when I'm in the office, I try not to curse in front of my students and my team and everything like that. But a word I use instead of a curse word is illiterate. So like if
Oh,
you use illiterate, you're like,
yeah,
oh, that person can't read or write. And I just kind of say that freaking illiterate. So
right.
it's just like, I want to say
Like a
something bad.
double
I'm
bib.
like, that
Yeah,
person's illiterate. Instead of calling them, one of the harsher words, I just use the word
right.
illiterate. So that's kind of like another Haydenisms. So
Haydenisms. I say
yeah,
Carmen, I can't believe you're saying Haydenisms. Okay. Rick, what's your, is it darn? Rick don't swear
Well,
at all.
even it would be crap, but even that, some people have a problem with. You shouldn't say that, Rick.
Yeah, although I've caught him a couple times. He says he didn't. We've had a couple of debates where you did swear, but then you said you did
I
it.
did.
yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it now. I say mother flower. I say the bitch word. I'm from the street. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
it.
I
What
say
I
those
think.
words. I say those words. I'm
I
not
say
going to
those
front.
words. I ain't even gonna play
They
it.
come
Those are
out.
my
They come
favorite.
out.
Okay. Okay, this will be the last one. Oh no, I have two more. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
What profession other than the one that you're doing would you wait? What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Like to attempt. I cuss in Spanish. I like that. Those are some good cuss words.
Yeah.
Like to attempt, meaning that I never attempted to be.
Like if you weren't doing what you're doing now, which is something that you love, what would you be doing?
Yeah. So I'm really obviously, when I graduated from college, I was a pretty decent track runner. So I had some track records and everything like that. So I would, in another life, I would like to be a collegiate track coach.
Oh,
That I
that's
really
cool.
have passion for that. It's
Right.
just that, the business world pays a little bit better than, coaching sometimes, depending on what level you
I
have.
know.
So definitely wouldn't mind being a track coach.
Right.
Or I'm really super, super passionate about, space travel and all that stuff. So, science and NASA would be pretty cool too. So
That
track
would
it.
be cool.
Yeah.
Rick, what you got?
Possibly. Well, one thing, and I'm not saying it because you're here, Carmen, but just I don't know if I would suck or not, but maybe acting, try it, see if I
I
would
know
be
we've
able.
talked about that. I
Yeah.
know. That would be fun for
But
you.
I think something else that could be interesting. I'm thinking like Daniel Jackson, kind of like an archaeologist type person.
That's cool.
Oh, cool. Like from Stargate SG-1.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Jackson, in case people didn't know what you meant by that. So, have you seen Stargate SG-1, Hayden?
I just a little bit of it. That is one
God,
program
there's-
I didn't get
You know
into.
what's so
But I
funny?
mean, I like some of the special
He's really
effects with the
cool.
time warps.
He's really cool, and then the things that he likes makes him not cool. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's so weird. Yeah, no. Anyway, we're huge Stargate SG-1 fans too on the show. So for me, I wish I could sing. Like if I could have done anything I wish I cannot sing. I could sing, but it would hurt everyone. But I wish I had a voice like Whitney Houston, and you know what I mean? Like that would have been what I wish I could do. I love singing. Okay, last one. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates? And just go with it.
Great job.
Really? Okay. Rick?
Because hopefully he sees that I made a difference in the world while I was here.
You know what? Okay, go ahead, Rick, and then I'll say what my answer is.
Well, there's a Bible verse that says, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant." And yes, I would love to hear him say that, which is pretty much what Hayden said.
Yeah.
I would love God to say, "That's the best you did. You need to go back. You need to go back, girl. Go back."
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I want. That was not good enough. Go back.
Go back, do it over. Hell yeah. Let me
Get
give
a
it a
do-over.
second chance for sure.
Oh my God, this was so much fun.
See what happens when I show up at 9:00 sharp?
No, it was so you were here on time. It was great, but you also are a great kind of fun. It's not hard for you to talk at all.
No. I mean, I love talking, and thanks for allowing me the opportunity to talk. And, for everyone that was out there that's listening or will watch this on replay, come check us out on October 25th, 26th, 27th. We want everyone there. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys in person.
Yeah, and Melanie said, "Well done, good and faithful servant." That's what I said,
yeah.
That's the verse.
Bible verse.
Nice.
Alma, same. Rick. Okay, she agrees with you.
So if we ever have a Star Trek, Star Wars battle, you're definitely invited.
Oh, please bring me in.
You can come on anytime. This was really fun. And I would love for you to come back and talk to us after you have the in-person festival at the end of October, and let us know who won. And maybe we could have like a little recap again. And then
we'd like to introduce you to some of the filmmakers at that point for sure. Maybe we get a winner on your show. Yeah.
Oh, that would be fantastic. That'd be great. Okay, we're gonna be in touch.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna cut this off because it is 1 hour and 15 minutes we're in. I'm so excited. I want to thank everyone. We've had a lot of viewers. Hayden, I think you hooked up your socials as well, right? You must have.
I just put @Haydenfilms is my name right there. So that's
but when you logged on, did you add your socials?
I think we only added our my LinkedIn just because I was running late. I think I just did LinkedIn.
I think you have a lot of people watching this, so that's really great. So thank you so much, because I can see the viewership here. That's why.
Beautiful.
So I'm just going to say thank you so much, everyone, for coming on the show. See us next time. Remember, it's all about the joy, and we'll see you then. Bye, everyone.